Hey there, lads and lasses. I'm probably not in the camera shot. Let's fix this. Maybe something like that. That good enough? So again, hey there, lads and lasses. This here is Thunderhand 64 coming at you live from the west coast of the United States on a Friday afternoon. It is a little bit past 11 o'clock a.m., and that can only mean, excuse me, that it's time for some Buffooncraft SMP Season 5. So I figured to try to open up with a little bit of a number there that I've composed, right? And it still needs a little bit of work. These still need a little bit of work. Still hitting the strings way too hard. Gotta lighten up. Lighten up, Thunderhand. Lighten up. Yeah, so I figured I'd try that out. I just made a quick backing track for it, and I've been working on this piece for a little while. Oh, I'm in an ad break right now anyway, so if you're watching the stream, ad is playing. I hope the ad didn't start playing while I was doing the song. Maybe, but if so, you can catch it during the VOD anyway, because the VOD won't have ad breaks in it. So anyways, let's get all of this gear off here. Great, I'm all sweaty now. Here we go, just like this. Let's get those on just like that. Okay, yeah, and I apologize. I have to straighten things out here and everything because it's a whole different setup when you're playing there and doing this. All right, let's lower this down a little bit. Don't want that coming on during the stream. Not necessarily. Let's also take care of the autofocus for the camera too while we're at it. Let's adjust that a little bit. Eventually, at some point, I can't promise when, but we'll have a dual camera setup. I already have an extra webcam like this, the Logitech, what do I call this thing? The HDC 920. I already have another one of those, but I use that mostly just for for social media apps like Discord and stuff. So that's separate. I need a real camera, and that's in the works. I'll get around to that sooner or later. It's just a matter of choosing one, and then I can have one of the entire studio where it can be backed off, where you can see more of what I'm doing, and I'm not using the same camera for everything. Okay. You know, I need a little bit of a drink here because my voice is really dry. My throat is dry. Reach over there and grab some of this. There we go. Hopefully that clears out my throat a little bit. Okay, so before we launch into the Minecraft Buffooncraft server, before we launch into the Buffooncraft server, a couple announcements. So October is coming up. It's only a few days away, and Buffooncraft October is it's super cool. Somehow the coolness level that is already there for Buffooncraft, it's somehow cranked up even more so. It's just so we have our trick or treat theme that we run throughout the month of October, and all kinds of shenanigans. There's going to be lore interaction. There's going to be pranks on each other. There's going to be all kinds of cool stuff. There'll be events and adventures that we're going to go on. All kinds of cool things are going to happen here. I'm going to adjust the headphone cord from being back there to up here. But yeah, all kinds of cool things. So yeah, stay tuned to those. You know, attend those live streams, not just mine, but the fellow buffoons. And if not, you know, at least catch the VODs on Twitch. My VODs are up there for 14 days, but after those expire, they're always downloaded. Always downloaded to the YouTube channel. So you can always catch them there. And it's Dostovochka herself, me little droog. Thank you so much for that sub. Really appreciate it. How have you been? It's been a little while. I did see a little bit of your stream yesterday afternoon. I bopped in there. I was driving, so I had Mrs. Thunderhand pull it up, and I was listening in for a little bit. Missed you, buddy. Missed you, too. Missed you, too. How's the little family? I don't know if you caught the intro, but I was actually playing a little bass there. I've been crazy busy with work. Yeah, sorry. And spending time with the toddler outside. That I'm not sorry for. That is super cool. Some of you may have known on the Thunderhand family side of things, we've recently brought my older son, Biggie, up to his university in the state of Washington, 3 states above us, and dropped him off there and returned home without him, which for me is weird. But I'm also very, very excited for him, and you know, I try not to text him every single day. You know, I make a video call to him. My initial plan is Wednesday and maybe Sunday, maybe Saturday, because Sunday he's probably going to be scrambling to finish his assignments for Monday. So, but he's doing super cool up there. My older son, Biggie, is very socially outgoing. And so he's already made like 20, 30 friends up there already. He's already involved in all kinds of clubs and communities and everything. He is just the coolest dude. So he's having a great time up there. I'm really excited for him. I just miss having him around because, you know, that dude's my very best friend. So I really do miss him. Let's get caught up with the chat here. Your new schedule is during my work shift, so it's hard getting in sometimes. Yeah, I've had to adjust my schedule because of Kachi's school. I have to commute him up there, and then I have to leave to bring him back. And the alternative for that is streaming very, very, very late at night. So, yeah, I have to make some compromises there. But I had to swing by. I so appreciate it. Because, yeah, I miss you too. I miss you a lot. Very cool. New adventure. Yes. The baby bird has flown the nest. Well, not baby. Yeah, Biggie is not a baby. He is definitely a young man. I think he's topping out at like, is he officially 6'3" now? I think he is. Yeah, he's quite the dude. But yeah, I was up there most of last week. We returned Sunday, and I spent almost a whole week up there with him. So there was a gap in streams there, and so we were getting to know Seattle up there. And some of you might be familiar with the Seattle area. You know, we're getting to know it. I like it because there's a lot of Irish culture up there. There's practically none here where I live, so you know it's really comfortable for me up there, right? So that Irish culture is really good, and remarkably, there's a probably a more prominent Taiwanese culture up there too. So both of our family components are well represented in Seattle. So we have a really good time up there. The only thing I don't like is we usually get most of the bed and breakfasts up there. The Airbnbs are in the Ballard district in the Northwest, and that's mostly residential, and they've kept that the old style. So they probably have some sort of historical society or something that kind of preserves the streets and the homes there to keep it old. And the parking and the driving in that whole northwestern part is atrocious. It is so bad. And across the other side of the 5 freeway up there is the University District, and the driving's not much better there. It's just not a car culture up there, which is cool in some aspects, but you know, because I get it, you know, they're trying to get, the bicycles are everywhere there. So, yeah, driving's really hard. But, you know, when you're a visitor, you kind of have to drive. You kind of have to, right? And so, yeah, driving was tough. Everything else is super, super cool there. So, let me see. You still have Kachi around, too. That's actually a really cool thing, especially for Kachi, because, you know, I get to focus a lot more attention on him now, which I wasn't able to do when he was a little dude, because I was working 16 hours a day. So, yeah, I missed a lot of Kachi when he was a little guy. Yeah, so it's cool. Kachi's 12 now, and I get to spend some more time with him now. So that's cool. So. The probably not so good thing is now Mrs. Thunderhand's full 100% attention is now focused on Kachi. It's like, oh, poor Kachi. But I'm around to give him a little bit of relief for that, you know. So smothered much? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Okay, enough about that. We should get into the server and start to do some stuff. Okay, so let's do that. Let's start up now that I'm done playing bass. Let's start up the soundtrack here. Yeah, and I usually use this as the intro, but we jammed our own intro today, so and did okay. We did okay. We need a little bit more practice. Got to loosen these things up a little bit. And let me see. Let's switch over to display screen. Over here. I'm going to be hanging around. Got a lot of work today. Have fun. Yeah, please, you know, if you need to do the lurk's greatly appreciated. And you know what? Thanks so much for at least popping in and saying hi. I've missed you greatly, me little droogie. And there's your no hydrate. Slancha, thank you so much for that redeem. And let's log on and let's see what's going on in Buffooncraft. Who's in here already? My God, the man himself, the mighty JW89. All right, well, let's see what's going on here. Oh, I'm in my room. Oh, and it's nighttime. Oh, and Chris must have just popped in here. I didn't see him. Oh, I didn't refresh. That's why. Oh, and Jay's gone and Chris is here. Okay. Hey there. Okay, cool. All right, let's head downstairs. Yeah, I live in a pub. And Minecraft has, at least in a virtual sense, helped me achieve one of my lifelong dreams. I live in a pub. What am I doing? I'm going up here to press the, guess what? I'm streaming, everybody, button over here. Boom, shakalaka. And see, that turns our name purple, and that allows, that informs the other buffoons who happen to be on the server at the time, Cruz, that we are streaming right now. So, okay. And I should probably, sometimes I like to monitor the stream on my phone as well. Here. Just so I get a good sense of what you guys are seeing. OBS is supposed to do that with their monitoring screen and stuff, but I find that isn't always the case. So let me see. I just put this thing on silent, and then I enjoy watching myself on my stream. I'm my own biggest fan. Let me see. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's good. All right. So let's do this. And let's see what we have going on here at the slevered head. Did somebody? What? You know, that could be a typo, but it could also be a prank. Come on. Bring me over there. Wow, this is really hard to see with that red lettering on that. Oh, wow, this is really, really hard to see. There we go. The severed head. That's what it should be. It should be that. Why? Because it's directly adjacent to the guillotine. You can see it's quite the spectator event. Okay, that being said, let's take a little trip, shall we? There we go. We'll take my good buddy, a gift from Supernova Relic himself, and Twistle. So our theme, I've mentioned it before on stream, our theme for horse naming, because there is one every season, our theme this season is bass guitar players. So Entwistle, John Entwistle from The Who. And as far as in rock circles are concerned, the very first one who at least is notable for having done a bass solo in the middle of a song. And of course it would be him. He is quite a paragon, if not the paragon of all rock bass players everywhere. Recently passed away. I don't know if it's recently. It's been a while. Probably about, I don't think it's been 10 years. But it's probably close to that, like 8 years since he passed. Okay, yeah, we are now, or we're going to have to, we've been doing a little bit of work here. So let's head on down here. Have ourselves a butcher. What has happened here? And I guess the best place to view this from is here. So Her Majesty herself, her Shelbsness, Queen Shelbs, and I have taken it upon us to upgrade our early game iron farm. Now, Shut Mountain was nice and quick about slapping together a a more than adequate iron farm for its time for early game, and it helped us out quite a bit. But I asked him, I said, hey, Shut, we need some more iron. Can we upgrade this and improve its efficiency a little bit so we can, its output a little bit? So because we're building bigger now, the Buffoons are using more iron, and we need a higher output. And so we went and we designed this iron farm. And we learned quite a bit of things about iron farms. We learned quite a bit more about this. But, there's still a little bit that I have to learn. Some of you who are really familiar with these will probably pick up on some of it. Like I have the spawn platforms on the outside of the villager pods. Somehow, like if you look at Nembomb's designs, or even Nova's design, Nova himself designed one in Season 4 that had the spawn pads on the inside. But I don't know, reading the wiki, it's like, if this pod spawns a golem and it's within the detection area of the other 3 pods, they won't spawn a golem, and it reduces the rates. But somehow players are able to build iron farms with the spawn pads in the middle, and somehow they're able to work around that spawn detection thing. I don't know how that works, so I do need to look into that a little bit more. But this thing cranks, by the way. This thing cranks. We've already brought up and replenished the iron supply. Kai Lady came by the other day being yesterday, and cleaned out the farm because she's using a lot of iron. And we've already made up almost everything that she used there. So we already have 6 chests full right away, and I've only saved a double chest of the poppies, and then the rest, the overflow, is going into the bone meal. And we do have an overflow incinerator, but I don't think we're ever going to really have to use that. So the farm is up and running now. As you can see, it's in the on position down here. On-off switch. And now Shelbs and I are thinking about decorating this, and you can start to see one of the iron golem heads up there. This is not the exact block palette that we're going to use. It's quite close. Shelbs volunteered to make these iron golem head effigies around here, and what I was thinking was kind of like the Moai heads of Easter Island. And we're going to have about maybe 2 on each one of these walls. And this wall, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this. And we also have this AFK area up here we have to design. So we do have some stuff like that. But I figured today what we could do is gather materials we need to at least place the iron golem heads. There's going to be 6 of them. You can see where the markers are on the floor down there. And we can at least begin to do that. Some of the palette, I need some black concrete, and I have forgotten that I think Mog said I could go over to her place, and she has some black concrete. I really only need a stack of it, but I did run over here without grabbing that, and now I'm going to have to run back. But then we can work on at least placing these and stuff today. Update on ideas for a base this season. Still nothing grabbing me for the moment. So, yeah, that's still in the air. I have a couple of ideas. I came up with another idea I wanted to try. But again, I think it's just going to be too hard to bang out before the season ends. We have a lot of time this season, but still, I'm thinking I don't really have a concrete way of doing that. So I don't know. I might save that second idea for, again, another season where I can work it out in between seasons and then hit the ground running like I did with Season 4. So, again, I'm not really entirely sure what to do for a Buffooncraft base build right now. Again, a lot of ideas, but nothing that's really satisfying that I feel super confident about. So, again, I'm just going to hold off and see if anything pops into my head. I know if I try to force things like that, then I waste a lot of time and get nowhere. And my best strategy, I found, for me at least, is just to relax, occupy myself with some other things, and it'll be ready when it's ready. Let me see. Moggs's Place. I don't think I've ever been to Moggs's Place, actually. Okay, that's Chris's place over here. Is this Cree's place or Moggs's place? Is this Moggs's place or... This build has been allocated to Moggs Minis. So I don't know if she's just working on this build or not. I remember I should know because of the symbols, right? Because Moggs is our engineer, so that's... But I forget which symbol is the engineer. I should look at that. I should pull that back up. Forgive me, Moggs, if my brain is not working properly right now. I'm gonna do this off camera right here. I'm going to do this off camera here. I'm gonna pull this up. I think I can just pull this up here on the Discord. Has all of the things there, you know. Let's see, that should be right about here. Discord, there it is. It's going to pop up on my stream monitor instead of the monitor of which I wanted to. On which I wanted to. There we go. Oh, you know what I did? I just closed the browser that has the music. As you can see, I really have my act together today. There it is. And let's do this. And let's do this. And I think I was about 4 tunes in, right? I think we just played that one. How about this? Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's pull this up here. Let's go into Buffooncraft. I'm on the Buffooncraft private server right now, but Kingdom Rolls, there we go. And I know Moggs is the engineer, but I just got to remember what the banner looks like for engineer. Merchant, mapmaker, lore, inventor, innkeeper, that's me. Gravekeeper, that's... and here we go. Okay, yeah, she has the minecart. All right. So I think... The other thing is, you know, I could always make like just a small concrete generator because I don't need a super big one. Not yet, anyway. Yeah, Beastmaster. Okay. But I don't think that's Moggs's place, actually. Moggs said to go to her place and go downstairs. And she has a stack of black concrete there for me. I know that's Odin's place. See, he's the hunter. Right? And you know, Jay has joined us this season now, so but I guess this is going to be Jay's place now. Because he's the warden. And this is Story's place up here, and that's Chris the Astronomer's place over there. So I think this is Moggs's place. I think, although that has the Beastmaster symbol on it, and she's the engineer. So but I don't know if she's serving dual roles or not. And this also doesn't seem to have a downstairs to it that I can see. So I'm thinking no. So let's head on over to this place. So this has... No, this is not finished. Moggs, help me! I don't know. I might wind up... oh, wait. Moggs said something about being under the bridge? Is that right? trying to remember. Does she have a base that's built under or within the bridge here? The wall? She might. I need to eat something here. So the first half of the stream will be Thunderhand going on an adventure, trying to locate Moggs's base. Now this is... I'm such a loser. Sometimes why do they allow me on this server? The base behind me belongs to Lone Star. He's the Sentinel. Is Moggs at the other end? I don't know. I may have to just go do that later. You know, Lone Star might have some himself. So, oh, look at this. Oh, okay, the button's right there, I guess. I was going to say, it doesn't have a button. I've yet to see what this does. I don't know. So, yeah, I took a week off, and then I feverishly worked on the iron farm because you know how slow I build. PC and Coffee, hey there. Hey there, PC. Of course, the auto shout-out has done its thing for PC and Coffee, but I always like to give him the announcement anyway. If you haven't seen PC and Coffee's stream, you definitely should. He's usually playing Call of Duty, but his Call of Duty online streams are usually testing out the awesome custom PCs that he builds. And you should really go check him out. The man is a custom PC building machine. He definitely is super, super cool. And while I build my own PCs, I almost always end up consulting him about prices and parts and troubleshooting. But I know I'm getting to the point where the PC that we acquired from Biggie, his old PC, that I upgraded and stuff, is at the point now where I think pretty soon we're going to have to retire it and make another automated, more up-to-date PC. Because for the things I want to do for the stream, it's still okay, enough to get by. But for the music, it's not. And I can do a little bit with the music, but not the kind of stuff I want to do. So I'm thinking maybe within a year we're going to have to do that. All right, I don't know where Moggs's base is, so I have to... Oh, wait, maybe she put her base coordinates in the... chords in the channel in the Discord. Shot Vio Nova Turbo. Nebula Lone. There's Moggs. I shall be working from there. Okay, she's actually out quite a ways. This is going to be cool. All right, so she's at negative. So we can like go on a little adventure here. She's at negative 3320, 2600. So let me see. The first one's X, so that's west. She's southwest from us. All right, so let's do that. Moggs, thank you so much for posting that so I could just find it. Let me see. Let's get over to the portal. And let me see. I think the best way through is right here. Whatever you do, do not go blasting a hole through Lone Star's wall. And then especially not repairing it behind you. Yeah, don't do that. Not cool. All right, I don't know if Moggs has a portal out to her place yet, so we're going to go check that. There's been some work being done on the Nether Hub, so it is not quite complete, but I think it may be complete enough for us to head on over to her place because, I mean, I'll go overland if I have to, but those torches in my hand are distracting me. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this, and let's do this. So, PC, my point, if you're still there, you're probably lurking because most folks are at work right now. Southwest, so let me see. But my point, PC, was I may be building a secondary PC pretty soon. Mob farm is out that way. Let's see who's out here. Moggs, Mystery Island. That's what I'm looking for. Of course, we have the Soul Sand, the Soul Speed 3. But I might do a fundraising campaign for the new PC. I haven't done that before. Usually I just take money that I make at my job. But I resigned from my job, so I'm kind of retired now. And I haven't tried to do any kind of fundraising for the channel, really. I do a little bit. Your subs and bits that you donate are go towards paying for the Generation server, the rental fee for that. And we do well there. We easily make our mark every year for that. And that's been my only ambition for the stream. As far as revenue, but I may actually do a donation drive. I've been avoiding setting up the Patreon for that, but I think we're going to do that. I think that'll be 2024. We'll be doing that because while I appreciate the subs, we don't really get the bang for the buck out of the subs because Twitch takes half of that. And so not a lot of people are able to sub. And, you know, some people get really upset that Twitch takes half of that. I don't. I'm okay with it. Okay. But what I would like is for people to be... PC, I'm currently rebuilding another PC. Oh, cool. In fact, you and I have talked about that a little bit, right? So making a spare parts PC that would be like more than adequate. So I may be contacting you pretty soon. That'll be a 2024 goal. I'm going to have to raise the money first. But I might do that. Is that who I think it is? And there we go. Cyclopsalops is rating the stream. Psych. Yo. Psych, how are you doing, dude? Thank you so much for the raid. How are you? I am doing awesome. I am doing awesome, thanks. And I hope you are as well. How are you? I'm sorry if I didn't catch your stream earlier. I had to do some warm-up to practice for the bass playing that I did at the beginning of the stream. And so I dropped Kachi off, and then I came right back here. I shut everything off, and I played bass for a little bit to try to get my hands to loosen up. They did okay. You know, I've played better than that before, but that's why I haven't done anything else. Let me see. I'm pretty good, yeah. Gotta head out for a meeting, sadly. Have a great stream. Thanks so much for the raid, man, and I really appreciate it. I do. You do what you gotta do. The VOD will be up there for 14 days, and of course afterwards. Thank you so much for the follower, B-Day. For the follow, I greatly appreciated that. Thank you. And welcome to the stream. Here's some redstone. Odin, okay. Odin dropped that off. Now, let me see. I'm here because Mog said that downstairs at her base, she had a stack of black concrete that she would like to donate to the iron farm. And plus, I wanted to come out to her base, too, because I didn't know where it was. But B-Day, hey, thanks, man. Moggs, this isn't a criticism. This is more like a nostalgic kind of note. I haven't built like one of these spiral block staircases down to a level. I haven't built one of these like since the early days of Minecraft. This is really nostalgic. So if some of you are prone to motion sickness, all you need to do is like back up from your device so you get the frame, so you can see the frame around it, and it'll prevent the nausea. Des Moines. I think I'm missing this. Her storage is not down here. Let me look at her message and read that more carefully. As you can see, I really don't have my stuff together right now. I had to shift brains and reactivate that musician brain and stuff. So the Minecraft brain totally unloaded. Let me see. It's right over here. Please head to my house at spawn. Yeah. Where's your house at spawn, Moggs? In the lower level is an item storage bank. Black concrete is in the right-hand section. See, she gave explicit directions. I mean, Moggs, that's not on you. That's totally on me. Totally on me, dear. Totally on me. So yeah, I've put fairly recently, I've put the generation stream from noon to 2 on Wednesdays, and the Buffooncraft stream from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Fridays. And that's to accommodate the Brits a little bit more, and also for Kachi's schedule at his school when I need to drop him off and pick him up. But, that isn't working out for everybody, so I'm wondering if I should move the... See, I can't really move the Wednesday stream to the afternoon, because I think I get back from Kachi and all his business a little bit too late. I would be starting the stream at the very earliest. I would be starting it at like 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I should do one in the afternoon and keep one in the morning or around noontime. Maybe I should be doing that. Trying to remember where Moggs' portal is. I just came from there. It's right here, okay. Oh, and we're low. We're low on food right now. Let's go rectify that particular situation right there with some good old cooked cod. Let me see. Is this Silk Touch? See, I gotta check before I go breaking my... Those things are called ender chests. Ender chest. That's wonky. The quest for black concrete. I think I could have built like a small concrete generator by now and just and just whacked out a stack. Wait a minute. Did Mox build under Nova? Over under the hill that Nova built on? Maybe she did. Well, we're certainly not going to get a lot of building done in this stream. That's okay, though. It's all about interaction with the community. Yeah, here we go. I suppose I could ask Chris, but I don't want to bug him. I know Chris is working on the university. Yes, Chris is building a university on the server this year. He already built an observatory out there, which looks really cool. It's got the dome, everything in it. It's super cool. Should definitely go check that out. Maybe he'll post some pics in the Discord and the Buffooncraft build pics. But if not, you can always check out his streams and his VODs. And I highly suggest you do. Chris is an awesome streamer. All right, here we go. Move this out of my face a little bit, but keep that pointed right about there. Okay, yeah, Mox might be on this side. And it's, you know, it's a little, I suppose it's a little disgraceful that I'm having trouble locating it. I should pay attention a little bit more. Because I know, like, I know Vio's whole building area is, like, right in there. And I know, for example, that Echo Rider's whole place is over here. Chris is over there. Of course, mine is right here. Shelbs is there. And, you know, I still can't get over how well Shelbs and our builds complement each other. That always looks really cool. Here, of course, is Flying Villager. He's the inventor, right? Call me Eve Gaming. Oh, you know what? I need to make a point every stream to check my mailbox. Jury duty! Please seek the warden. Yeah, okay. So some of you may have... some of you may have noticed or may have read in the Buffoon Discord. And I forget if Jay published it in the public Discord or not, posted in the public Discord. But there is a bit of a trial that is pending. I guess when Shut Mountain was the king, there was somewhat of a conspiracy to assassinate him. And that conspiracy was allegedly conspired by Supernova Relic. And so, and I think he even has admitted guilt. Here we are. See? Moggs, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Of course, this is Moggs' build. Oh, look at this place. Look at this place. Now, she says the lower level. Look at this with the crafting tables. Here you're talking about a visual artist at work here. Rock and stone. Bones and stuff. See, now I'm going to have to chop out that part. Good Lord. If it isn't the mighty, the one and only, the dearly missed, as well as a Dustavochka, Jepo-tastic. Jepo! How have you been? Hey, Thunder. Hey, you just missed me. I was playing bass earlier on the stream. Okay, lower level, I think she means down here. Jepo, what the heck have you been up to? I haven't seen you in ages. And if that sounds like a complaint, it sort of is a little bit. Now, she is supposed to have a stack of black concrete here somewhere. My life is crazy right now. It must be. It must be. You know, I've been popping into your Discord every now and then just to check up on, to see how you've been doing and stuff. Of course, the auto shout out has kicked in, but, you know, I also like to remind viewers verbally, please go check out Jeppotastic when you see her streaming next. I believe she's on a bit of a hiatus right now. Pumpkin dog. Look at this thing. Press my for a present. It's not that. So for those of you who need to know, that's pooping pumpkins. Wonderful. But what I need, Moggs, is for him to, or her, or worship our Lord, Fire Pumpkin Doge. But other than that, no name. So oh yeah, there it is, the telltale. Okay, got it. No pun intended. Telltale, get it. Yeah, I'm looking for that black stack. I need him to poop out black concrete, please. All right. I kind of feel homeless, but I'm not. Okay. Packed up the entire house in Singapore. Oh, yeah, that's right. So we can get it renovated. All right, got it. Exciting news is the metal album is available for pre-release on Bandcamp. Okay, definitely checking that out. We have a lyric vid up for one of the songs as of 3 hours ago. Nice. Okay, so one of the many cool things about Jeppo is she does these musical projects with different musicians and stuff, and very, very, very cool. Also very funny too. She does music parody kinds of comical kinds of stuff, but she does like serious music pieces too as well. So okay, you know, this with a storage system like this, it's going to be labeled Thunder. So, okay, this looks like our engineer's redstone area over there. Concrete in general. That's bone stuff. Bony bits. So she's been doing some work with Robert Grafa. And there it is. Look at that. Our quest has now been completed. We should have an achievement notification pop up. You have achieved basic intelligence. Yay, it's about time. 59 years later. All right, let's see if we can sleep right now. I guess we can. All right. Look at this. This is so cool. Moggs, you are a heck of a builder. You really are. How have you been? I've been retired. That's how I've been. But like I said earlier in the stream, we've dropped Biggie off at his university. This is his first week of classes up there in Washington. He's 3 states north of us. Rather far away. But yes, I have released my eldest son out into the wild. Now, poor Kachi has to bear the full 100% attention of both of his parents. Congrats! Thank you! Shelves! Her Shelvesness, our current regent in Monarch. Regent/Monarch, same thing. How are you doing? Shelves, I don't know if you recall meeting Jeppo, Shelves. I think you two have met. But yeah, Jeppo, we've been getting to know the Seattle area. I just returned there about a week. I was there last week, so I've just returned. Lots of cool stuff up there. There's a very cool pub out in the Ballard district called O'Donnell's that we really, really like. And right next to it is a place called Shurjo Jing, which is 19 Gold, which is a Taiwanese restaurant. And so we have an Irish pub and a really good one, and a Taiwanese restaurant, a really good one, right next to each other in the same block. It's like Biggie's like, I can't believe it. Both my parents are represented in that same place. Super, super cool. Good Taiwanese food, awesome Irish food and drink and culture. We got the both of them. It's a really cool place up there. If you're up there and you're in the Ballard district over there in the northwest of the city, check those places out. Highly recommend them. I'm good. Just walking around at work. Okay. It was meant to be. Yeah, there's quite a bit of Irish culture up there, and Taiwanese culture. There's some Taiwanese culture here in our area of L.A., especially in the town across from us. But there's a heck of a lot more, surprisingly, more up in Seattle. The university at which Biggie is enrolled is quite famous in Taiwan. And so there's a lot of Taiwanese students enrolled there. He's already met a significant amount of them. So, Biggie is very socially outgoing. And so it's not even his first week there. And already he has like tons of friends. He's involved in like clubs and everything up there. And yeah. He's just like his grandmother, his Taiwanese grandmother. The two of them are like two peas in a pod. Yeah, I have 2.5 hours left until I'm free, and then I have tomorrow off. Okay, so your Shelbs is running down the clock right now, everyone. Do not tell her boss. Are you hiding out back right now, Shelbs? Yeah, just hanging out. Working hard or hardly working? Hardly working. But if I know Shelbs, she took all of her tasks for her work day and probably completed them all in like the first 4 hours. That Shelbs, she's quite impressive. All right, Shelbs, I don't know if you're able to watch right now or if you're just kind of like in a semi-lurk, but I'm starting to place our Iron Golem Moai heads. I'm starting to at least place them location-wise right now. The dirt blocks are just the blocks for which I do not have at the moment, so I'm just putting the dirt in there just as like placeholders. Because, Shelbs, I have some questions about... I can see some of the blocks are clear in the photo that you sent me, but some of them are less clear to me because, I'm old and it's my eyes, Some of them I made I took a little artistic license with the eyes. I made those out of redstone blocks. I hope you don't mind. Laugh out loud. No, walking around is literally my job. Got it. All right, so we have enough to at least do that for each one. And I'm sure Shelbs is going to want to vary the texture in those a little bit so they don't all look the same. But initially, I'm just going to build them identically, each one. So all the block placement is going to be exactly the same. They'll be exact duplicates of each other, just to get them in place. And then I think we can go around and just alter some blocks and, just vary them a little bit here and there. And Jeppo's asking, Shelms, what do you do? Oh, yeah, I'm actually planning on hopping on the server when I get home tonight. Good. I'll have to revisit my creative world to check out what I had used exactly. I thought I had used redstone blocks for the eyes. Well, I do have your picture. So you gave me a screenshot, and I did use that. So, but there were some blocks in there because I couldn't increase the resolution on the pic, at least not in Discord. I probably could if I downloaded it, to see like what blocks you were using for the eyebrows, for the unibrow, for the unibrow, and the bags on the eyes. We'll say that. I think those were a type of concrete, if I'm not mistaken. And then also, I wanted to increase the depth a little bit, so I'll just let you choose the blocks for what you want to have on the side, like that. And then I was just thinking on like building the column below it and above it with some variant of deep slate, and then have some sort of separator or some sort of decoration in the corners here or something to frame them on either side. I'm not really sure. I thought I had redstone blocks for the eyes, right? I am loss prevention, so I walk around the store all day and watch people. Understood. Loss prevention. Right. I feel personally attacked by this description. Oh, yes, I remember it now. It was either concrete or terracotta. Yeah, I'm not sure which, but I'm going to leave it dirt for right now. That's cool. I didn't know they had specific people who keep tabs on that. Yeah, I think that's a more modern euphemism, or maybe it's just a Canadian thing. All right, so let me see what I have in my inventory. I have a pumpkin from from Moggs's farm. Pumpkin poop. They're a good source of fiber. Okay, there you go. Okay, that's a brick wall. I don't need those. Black concrete, I do. I need plenty. I have light gray wool. I have stone. I have polished andesite. Stone, right. I do not need the redstone. I'm pretty much done with that. Hatchet, all of those. I do need some dirt. Food. I have the scaffolding. I think I'm okay here. Okay, so those of you who are watching the VOD right now, there's a little bit of an ad break there. I do notice sometimes people kind of stare at me in stores, and then I pay a lot of attention to what I do with my hands because it seems like they think I'm going to steal something. Am I just paranoid? You know, there is a less detrimental description than paranoid. It could just be like a self-conscious a little bit. Doesn't have to be paranoid, Jeppo. Somehow I hear Ozzy and Black Sabbath cranking up right now in my head. It's also been called asset protection as well. I've been around for a while. I hear stories from online from people who do the job in the States as well. In fact, one of my close friends and colleagues from our math degree days is employed in asset security, asset protection, and loss prevention. I can't help being this observant. I feel another video and a song coming on there, Jeppo. Okay, so we have to recreate this, over here, and I am going to again pull up Shelms's pick here that she had sent me, which I've been using as a blueprint of sorts. And you know what? Maybe I can have you ever caught someone being extremely shady, Shelbs? If you ask Shelbs, if you're asking me, you got to remember I was the assistant principal and the teacher at my school. Shady behavior. And of course the first thing is students, but we did have people wander onto the campus. Campus security was my job. So there's another euphemism for it. In education, it's called assistant principal. Yeah, you didn't want to be on that campus uninvited. That's all I'm going to say there. Thunder, do you want to hear the new song? Yeah, of course I do. Random campus trespassers. Random and not so random, because random sort of suggests that it was unplanned. Some of them kind of planned to do that. Bad plan. Bad plan. But that wasn't really a very fun part of my job. I didn't enjoy that too much. I mean, of course, I don't really enjoy keeping the students safe. I keep that. I'm very, very serious about that. Very, 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 very serious about that. Okay, so the location of this one is a little bit... Oh, this is going to bump into our kill chamber a little bit. Shelbs, we might have to move this back a wee bit. Well, it's sort of above it too, so it'd be right on the edge of that. But I still feel if it's a little too close, then the iron golems might somehow fall onto it if they go launching themselves off of, well, they're not launching themselves, but if they're launched off of those like this, they drop almost straight down, but I don't know. This is technically the boundary of the farm itself as far as spawning areas and things like that. And then we sort of have this buffer zone. I was going to build these in this buffer zone, but you know what? Maybe we ought to build them back a little bit more. We have the room. We should probably do it. Yeah, I can imagine it would... I can't imagine it would be much fun. No, it isn't. It's not fun when I have to discipline the students. I don't like that. Yeah, I have caught people trying to steal before. There are a lot of steps we need to follow, right, to do a proper stop and arrest. But our main goal is to just get the product back and then trespass them from the property, right? In my imagination, those people kind of flop over on their sides like cats when they get embarrassed. But I am very sleep deprived at the moment. Yeah, they call that passive resistance, right? All right, I think we're going to have to relocate these. So let's relocate these. Let's go right outside of this. So let's put the nose right there, and we will put the rest of the face plane there, and then we'll extend it back by that much. Let's do that. Because I forgot, these have a symmetry from north to south that is inconsistent with their symmetry from east to west. So, yeah, there's that whole thing. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10 like that. Now we should be okay here. This is outside of their spawn range, so and they can't spawn on scaffolding as of 1.20, I believe. So and I don't think that they're going to get launched in the X direction that much. You can see they pretty much follow here, fall right here. I could have made this smaller, I guess, but you know, just to be safe, you know. Right, and you know, I'd like to mock up with dirt first. There we go. But I guess there's really no need to, right? So I think if I open this in the browser, I can get a bigger. Oh yeah. This is a little easier to see now. And maybe I can even do that. And you know what, Shelves? I can see the materials now that I've blown the picture up quite a bit. And maybe I can share this screen with you guys. Lol, that would make my job a lot easier. Yeah, that would have made my job quite a bit easier, wouldn't it? I think I better hit the hay. Okay. It was really good to see you streaming, Thunder. And nice meeting you, Shelves. Have a good one, Jeppo. Jeppo, please, you know, thank you so much for dropping by. And please don't be a stranger. And everybody, you know, keep your eye out, you know, when Jeppo's ready to stream again. It's a super fun stream. It really is. It's very, very funny. So, yeah, I was just looking at the photo I sent you on my phone. It looks like brown is, it looks like the brown is black terracotta. Oh, okay. Yeah. I see you have some gray concrete there that I'm going to need. And the eye bags look like, that looks like it's just the, what they call white terracotta or just terracotta. What do you think? Thanks, friends. You are great. Catch you later. Jeppo, please have a good night. Have a good night. It was awesome to see you again. Missed you terribly. Is black terracotta. Yeah, we can try it. We can also maybe make a run out to the mesa too. By the way, I'm well past the halfway point in the stream, and I should switch to standing mode here. Yeah, I think it is white terracotta or possibly light gray terracotta. The point is they're both terracotta, so I should head out to the mesa, right? Which is probably out by Odin's place, I think. Out by there. If not that far. And we're not going to need a lot. I'm thinking probably about a stack each. We could check the masons to see what they sell. Do they do terracotta? I guess we'll have to check, right? That's just at the other end of the hall too, so we could do that. Let's work on the placement here. So we have Sons. Ooh, there's 5 plus the unibrow makes 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What am I doing? I should have just doubled up on these. Right, and this is part of the unibrow, so this is like this. So one, 2, 3, 4, like that. Right, and so that forms the unibrow, and then up here, the head is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, like this, and it goes over. Eat like that. Oh, God. Really? Thunder? Let's do this. There. All right. Let's lower this down. It's temporary. It's temporary. It's not a mistake. All right. We can bring this over to here like this. Bring that over to there like that. And there like that. We're finished up there. Let's remove this part at least. We can now come down here. Like that. Oh, I don't like that. That looks like it's a problem. Right. Okay. It's not a problem at all. The problem is right here. Okay. Shut Mountain. Yeah, they sell terracotta. It's one of the best trades. Hey, how come we didn't get an auto shout out for the mighty, the one and only Shut Mountain himself? Why has that not happened? Okay, there it is. Fellow buffoon moderator and a good friend, Mr. Shut Mountain himself. And if I didn't mention it earlier, Shelbs is also a buffoon. I think I did. It did when I shouted out Cyclops when you read. Oh, way back here. So I totally missed that, right? Because there's Shelbs. Yeah, there it is. Yep, back there. Yeah, sorry I missed that shot. Yep. So buffoons, like I mentioned earlier, buffoons be greatly excited right now. We're super excited about... oh, by the way, I have the depth wrong on this. We're super excited about the upcoming Halloween events for the month of October. And viewers, you've got to get yourselves pumped up for that as well. Because, you know, Season 4's stuff was great. In fact, Shut and I wound up doing some pretty cool stuff for that. Although I think our warden shenanigans were a little bit after that, right, Shut? But we wound up putting a warden in the event, Halloween event location build, and that that was fun. That was a lot of fun. And the mighty Lone Star, woo! Our Sentinel, the Sentinel himself, everyone. Mr. Lone Star 82. Hey there, Lone. There we go. Okay, so this is kind of a mock-up here. We should also do something. Yeah, we're at our limit here. All right, we're going to go back at least one. Oh, that's right. We said that this was too much. See, I haven't been paying attention now, right? And now I totally blew this. I got to move this whole thing back by one block. Multitasking is not working today. That's because I'm having a lot of fun in the chat. So when you guys see me screwing up like this, that means things are going cool chat-wise. Which I appreciate. I mean, I could ignore chat and just build somewhat perfectly, if not slowly. But I somehow feel that that's a little bit less fun. Do we have Feather Falling 4? Yes, we do. So I'm just going to take the fast track straight down. There we go. We're going to do this. Okay, so we just need to build out from the wall first. That's what we need to do. I know it's probably a little annoying having to watch me tear that down and then rebuild it again, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine, trust me. Okay, actually the wall is going to make things a little easier. 2, 3 like that. And we can go 2 like this. We can go 1 like that. Right like this, and then 1 like this. And so we can proceed thusly. We could just build it out like this. There we go. And then we can just extend this over like this. Like that. And I believe, no, I believe. We could just do this. Okay, now we're good. We're good from here on out. Gonna be fine. Gonna be just fine. Now, I think things are gonna be fine here spawn-wise, but just in case. I tell you, when you're working on in and around the Iron Golem farm, you always got to be very, very conscious about spawning things. Yeah. Shot, how's your Friday going? Okay, so we're kind of like this. All right, I'm not going to pull all the scaffolding down because we're going to then change this, right? And update it. But again, I'm just going to jump because I can. And let's get back here. Yeah, so that's where those are going to be located. We'll just build them right out of the wall and then just modify the floor and stuff. Once we have these placed, by the way, Shelbs, if you're still with us right now, if you're still listening, that's what I want to say, listening. We don't have to leave the floor in this kind of pattern. I put the floor in this kind of pattern to help us locate things, but I would like to use deep slate still, but we can more randomize the floor and make it look cooler. So we can change that. We can remove this now that this has been placed. And what we do need to do, though, is, well, do this. Button up the bottom, right? No, not there. Okay, let's do this. All right, so when we get up here, this should be cool now. Let's go to the observation point, which will eventually be the AFK area. And the entrance into the farm will be up here. And so that guy's going to be hidden behind there, but you'll have two. That guy will just be moved back a few blocks. You'll have one here, one here, one here, and one over there. You can see the marking areas down below. So again, you know, I like to use ellipses when I build, so we might have some sort of elliptical opening here like this in at least 2 dimensions. So then this will be our observation point. Okay, one other thing we can do. And there's the mighty Lone Star in the chat. And PC Coffee, I'm currently building an i5 10th gen with a 2060 per for Steam Game Server. Ooh, dude. PC and Coffee, I'll post later in my Instagram. Cool. And again, if you want to see PC and Coffee's custom PC builds, you can go check out his Instagram. I believe you have a link on your Twitch to the said Instagram. Most people do, and go check that out because it looks really cool. His builds, and they usually have a theme to them and stuff. It's really cool builds. Okay, Shot says done and over with, so that's a plus. Cool. Have you occupied the comfy chair, sir? And fixed yourself a beverage? Are you at that point in your Friday yet? Because I remember, sometimes you have the option of leaving early on Fridays. All right, let's hop on down. This is going to be a little annoying because we don't have we can't get Entwistle down here yet. I mean, we could if I rode him all the way over, brought him all the way down, rode him all the way back, and then rode him. Okay, Chris the IT guy. Oh, hey, Lone. I've been AFK grilling sand into glass. Chris, you should just buy that. But as Chris has mentioned before, he enjoys that. All right, let's hop on down here. I should do this in F5, right? And no, not crouch. Just there we go. Like this. That way I can pop there with the face. These are opportunities for which I should do this because I'm so bad at operating my avatar here in third person. I'm oh my god. No, back this way. I'm so bad at this. This is going to make for a good thumbnail later, I guess. There we go. Okay, let me try to do this. Look, if I get the perspective just right, the head fits right into the cavity of the... There we go. Try to steer with the mouse. Oh my god, I've totally blown it now. All right, let's just stay up above here. Let's see if I can... God, I suck at this. All right, getting a little better. I'm off course a little bit. And, of course, here we are. Ow! Okay, all right, calm down. I think I was hitting my head on this cave above. There we go. No. That's too much face. Okay, let's go back. All right, I need to be back behind me there. So let's do this. I think Kachi's going to like that later when he watches the VOD. Masons. Those guys are back here. Yeah, here they are. All right, I think we can buy some terracotta off of these guys. Let's see. Quartz. Cyan terracotta. All right, if I could get just a regular, if I could just get the regular terracotta, yeah, that'd be great, yeah. Do they sell regular? Light gray. Light gray, I think we need, right, for the bags under the eyes. I think we need that. Let's see. Oh, the cursed glazed terracotta. At least it's not the magenta. Yeah, these are glazed. I have, and enjoying a nice bowl of whoop. Is that a typo or is that your word for it? Remember, you can re-dye all the terracotta. We can re-dye terracotta. I knew we could re-dye wool, but I wasn't sure about terracotta. All right, so let's just grab 2 stacks of just whatever they have here, right? So let's do this. Yeah, I knew that we had the resource pack that allows us to re-dye the wool, but I wasn't sure it applied to terracotta as well. Typo. Soup. Okay. Well, folks have their, style with words. Let's see. All right, there we're good there. And what did I want to do? I wanted to restart the playlist. There we go. And how are we doing? We have 29 minutes left of the stream, and we haven't even completed a single hand yet. In fact, we're going to unbuild the one that we had completed. That's okay. That's okay. It's not like I'm getting fired. Let's see. There it is. The cursed magenta glazed terracotta. This is what I wanted to get. And I think it's pretty much 1-to-1, right? Even though we have to buy 12 at a time. I guess I should get the equivalent of a stack instead of waiting for that to regen, right? Let me see. Let's put all of this in a shellcut. Let's get our black concrete. Thank you very much, Moggs, for that. Let's do this. Just adjusting the level here. Hold on. Okay. Sound a little better? Yeah, okay. I thought I heard a little bit of distortion coming in from the mic. Okay, let me see. So we need about 2 stacks of stuff here of various colors, and then we can dye them and then combine them. Oh, good. Look, he already reset. Nice. Nice. See how much we can get from each one of these. So let me think about this for a moment. 64, is that divisible by 12? No. No, it's not, because it's not divisible by 3. All right, so I think that would be what? 4, 5? 5 and a third. So about 5 12s, which would be about, it would get me about 60. So we should go about maybe 6. All right, counting each one of these up. I am not. I refuse to go with the glazed. So I'm just not doing that. I'm just saying that right now. Glazed terracotta, not one of my favorite things. Some of it could be cool when you get the pattern of it right, but otherwise, bleh. We could also make terracotta out of brick, but I think we have to bake it, right? Okay, now, Shelbs, here's the black terracotta. And we were thinking that the eyebrows were made of this. Yeah, it is. So we need that. Right? And I can't get more of it. So we need this, right? And what I'm looking for now is just, I guess I can use the purple. And we could do something like this, right? And I'm just looking for the plain terracotta so I can dye it. I have the feeling I should just go out to the mesa, right? I mean, because these guys need to reset. So, see, they still haven't reset yet. Yeah. Let me see. Can't re-dye glazed. Yeah, of course. Yeah. And these are the only guys we really have. You know what we could do, though? This is going to take a little bit of time. But we could go back to... We could go back to spawn and go to the market building and see if there's any terracotta in there. We could do that. And we could ride Entwistle over there to make that quick. And again, you know, goals for the stream today is do stuff. Just do stuff. So, you know, if we don't complete a Moai head or something today, that's fine. We made progress. We figured out how we want to place them. Resource gathering, stuff like that. Shelbs said she might be on later on tonight, so. And, you know, we'll just finish up off camera. Again, I guess I should be F5 for this. You know what? We should move these to the back wall, maybe. But I don't know. We should also probably put in minecart tracks here, right? Or maybe ice boat right here. Of course, that would require a lot of blue ice if we wanted this to go as fast as possible. And then we haven't made a portal for the iron farm yet, which would also make things a lot faster. We do intend to. We just haven't decided where it's going to be. It'll probably be up around the AFK spot. Maybe. Maybe. You can't get your horse down to the tunnel. Not yet. I mean, we could for that middle area, but that would mean I would have to climb up, take my horse, ride my horse down to there, bring the horse down the staircase, bring the horse all the way back up here. You know, it's just, I don't know. Is it just quicker to run? It might be just quicker to run it. Let's do this. It's probably nighttime up here too, right? But soon, like I said, when I have the access way figured out how we're going to build that here shut, you'll be able to ride the horse right down into here. Oh my God, it's nighttime. And this is a deadly place at night. I see you back there, Smelleton. I see you, you bony so-and-so. Bony boy back there with his bow. Oh, no, dude. I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, dude. Look, I'll give you a nice shiny apple when we get back, okay? Yeah. I'll give you a nice shiny apple. Best gift I've received on the server so far from Mr. Supernova Relic himself. And despite what you've just witnessed, I've managed to keep him alive for a very long time, knocking on wood furiously. Because usually I don't keep pets in Minecraft for a very good reason. They die very quickly. Especially the horses. Oh my God, it's so difficult to keep a horse alive in Minecraft. It really is. Lone Star. Got another portal to the mob farm now. Nice, nice. Mr. IT guy.
Hello.
You want to have a race?
Yeah, let's do it.
A tortoise in the hare kind of situation.
Oh
here.
yeah. Yep. Here we go.
On your mark. Get set. Go.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Where's the carrot? You get the carrot on the stick, right? Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. I have nowhere to be. This is a good speed for the astronomer.
Is that the speed that my camel goes at, Lawrence? Maybe.
I'm not sure.
Oh, let's find out.
Yeah.
Lawrence of Arabia. Let's just do that, and let's do this. Thank you, dude. Okay. How do we do the get up and go? Oh, there we go.
That is the question.
Yeah, I've not a lot of experience with these dudes. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I think they're the same, you know that?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I have the ability to... Well, I don't know. He's maybe a little quicker, right?
Yeah.
And I have the ability to sprint, too, right?
Oh, no. My carrot broke. I just have a stick now.
Uh-oh. Stand by. Thunderhand to the rescue.
This is embarrassing.
Maybe we can run over to Turbo's place.
I will have to let my pig walk about.
But he'll perish. I'm pretty sure he'll perish quite quickly.
All right, let's.
Do you have a lead on you? Oh, there you go. No, you're all set. You can stick him off to the pole there. He'll be fine. Chris.
Leave my majestic bacon friend alone.
All right. Well, you have yourself some fun there. I'm going to go off to the market.
Good day, sir.
Oh, God. All right. No. You, sir. Back here. God, the mobs try so hard to die. They really do. Let's see. Blue ice is easy to get with a 16-chunk ice farm that we have. Actually, it's still shut. It still takes a really, really long time. It does. Shelbs and I were getting the blue ice for the iron farm, and because you got to remember, you need to farm the ice, and then you need to change the ice. You need 9 pieces of ice for packed ice, and then 9 pieces of packed ice for the blue ice. So you have 2 orders of 3 there that you have to do. It's like 2 orders of 9. I mean, you have to do to get the blue ice. So even with the ice farm, it takes forever to get that. So, but at least with the ice farm, we can get it. So, but wow, it takes a long time. Let's see. I don't think we have any terra.
Good day, sir.
Sir. Blackstone. I don't think we have any terracotta here. We might have some downstairs. Gunpowder. Sticks, spider eyes, bones, heads. And it's empty. Other mob draw strange slime. Cap it. Terracotta. 15 pieces. That's adorable. All kinds of woolly bits. We do have a wool farm. Okay. You know what, folks? I'm thinking since we can go through the nether out to Odin's place, I think we should just go to the mesa and just farm it. We don't need a lot. I think it'd just be faster. All right. It just takes him obnoxiously forever to get over here. It's just No. Come on back. Look, I even made you've got your bale of hay that you like so much. And there he goes, once more defying gravity. For God's sake. Okay, let's make a little bit of a quest. We only need a few stacks of terracotta, and you know it'll be cool to go out there anyway. It's always fun. I'm gonna stash the inventory here, and just kind of haphazardly, like I do everything, right? Right in there. We'll do this, and we'll put this in here like that, and that'll be fine. Okay. Oh yeah, it's a double craft. I forgot. Yeah, it's a killer too. You can check the drop section too. Oh yeah, that's right. Always a distraction. Right, the drop area. Now, where does that turn out to? That has to go down because there's not enough room for it there, right? And so, not there. Is this it? I don't think it's there. But there is this. I don't think this has been assigned yet, so it's all the way downstairs. Am I all the way downstairs? I think I am. Kai's bedroom. All right. Okay, it's kind of semi-sorted here. Is this where it turns out to, or is this Kai's stuff? I think this is Kai's stuff, right? Yeah. Well, I still think that we're just better off just running out to the mesa and just grabbing a couple stacks and running back. I think that's fairly quick to do. Let me think. Where am I going to come out here? Gilded Tower. This brings me too far below and I have to climb up. So I need to go to the tower. And I can just... Now, I was about to say I could just hoof it over there, but that's still confusing as to whether I'm taking the horse or not. So the 50s generation, like my mom and dad, they would say, yeah, let's beat feet over there. There we go. Okay. And we can go on a bit of an adventure over here. We can go see what Odin's been up to anyway. Shoe Leather Express. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Odin's place is north of us, I think. Flying Nova. Nebs shot exploding in Kai. Yep, he's out here. Okay, we're going to do flash mode here. Soul Speed 3. This should be another F5 event. Like this. But I also have to stay on the Soul Sand track here. There we go. Oh, I ran past this place. Deet, deet, deet. There we go. Yeah, right here. Yeah, I think he has a mesa out here somewhere. It's not. It shouldn't be too far away. I think I can see some of those terracotta spires right up over there. We're going to have to do a little bit of sleeping, though. And we're going to pull the Princess Nebula and just sleep underwater. Because it's cool. And you know what? Underwater Kachi third-person sleep. Yeah, there we go. I think shoulders have to be pitched that way. Or do they pitch the other way? Let's find out. It's fine. There you go. Now, that wasn't a redeem necessarily, but, you know. I feel the need to practice that every now and then. Okay. There we go. All right, let's head on up. Odin, laddie, what you got going on here? Okay, here's a somewhat easy way. Oh. Now, Odin, I don't want to give away too much because you should really watch his stream. But I believe it's safe to say that he's building some of the scenes from some of his favorite video games. And he's going to put them, I guess, kind of merge them together. All right, so I have to be conscious now because I'm fairly close to his base here. And so I don't want to be ripping down big mountains of terracotta here because that might be part of the look that he's going for. So I think I'll just go behind this hill. And I think that'll be good enough. Let's go on the back side of these hills here, and that should be good enough. Yeah, see, I could start taking off this terracotta right now, but I want to be out of view of his place. Yeah, like right around here, I think it's good, right? We're more or less behind the hill enough. And we could also go over there if we needed to as well. Yeah, see, we've got a little village down here. Yeah, so maybe I don't want to devastate the landscape here. Just in case somebody might want to do something with that village. I'm not really sure. But we have another mesa over here that I don't believe anybody is building near this mesa. We can just go over this way. Again, you know, I know it's taken a long time to accomplish something here, but, you know, the idea is just to kind of chill, you know, and just do whatever. I mean, it's good to have goals, but on the other hand, it's good not to as well. Looks like someone messed up my painting on my tunnel. Yeah, you know, I just flew right on past that. I'll have to check that out. See what you had up there. Shut. I think you had the spider painting, right? Oh no, I think what you mean is you had your logo up there and your symbol, right? For you know what? I could always mine this stuff too and make it underground so it doesn't show, because we're starting to come into that area of that build as well. You know, so we could just mine into this. Like right about here. Just get a couple of stacks. And let's get these into one hand. And again, we don't really care what they're colored because we can re-dye them, right? But, you know, if we can get the colors that we want, that just makes things faster, right? So we can go mine out that layer. It's one of these two, I think, right? I think it's this bottom layer, but we'll just mine this out like this. or maybe not. But again, you know, we only need a few stacks, so we could go a little faster with the netherite one. Does the netherite one go faster? No, but the durability is better. Okay. let's do that. And let's do that. Yeah, see, we're almost there anyway. We're almost done. Do you mind terribly? Just inventory. Just be cool. Yeah, there. Okay, we're pretty much there. And let me see. We also need gray concrete. Yeah, we also need that as well. How do I get out of here? Okay. There we go. Okay, we're good. See, mission accomplished. Somehow I think that that's a little quicker. Back to Odin's place. We'll use his portal. Shut, remember that when Jay joined, we needed to reload. We needed to reload some of the mods or resource packs to accommodate the paintings and stuff. Maybe your painting got goofed up in that process, and maybe you just have to reload it and reset it. Should have been my emote. Yeah, I did that. Okay. Okay, yeah, you can see where Odin's been starting to build here. He's leveled out the terrain here and started to put in some structures here and stuff. So, yeah, that's why I wanted to go over there where it was well out of sight of his build over there. How am I doing for time? Oh my god, it's almost time to end the stream. It was fine the other day. Oh, okay. All right. By the way, if you guys, some of you viewers have still yet to check out Explodin's streams, I highly recommend them. He is a lot of fun. Plus his knowledge of video games and video game soundtracks, music is incredible. Yeah, he's super good at that. He and Flying Villager, they're amazing at that. So it's a very fun stream. And I had the pleasure of actually meeting him IRL as well. He came out here to Disneyland for a little bit. And some of you may know I live actually very close to Disneyland. So it was pretty easy for me to drive down there and meet up with him. And I have absolutely no regrets. Super cool dude. All right. Shut. Let's swing down by your place here on the way back. We have to pass it anyway, so. Who? Exploding. Okay, there's Nebs. Yeah, Shut. What happened here? Shut, if I just cycle through this, I think I can fix it, right? But I would have to, let me see. Don't try to fix it, Thunder. Sometimes if you do something like this, you can get the 4x4 out of it each time. Yeah, like that. I wonder if I have to do that. Oh, you know what, Shut? I probably just ruined it. It's probably just fine. I may have to update my emotes. I thought I did. Yeah, you know, Shut, that's probably it. It's probably me. So in attempting to fix it, I've probably actually ruined it. Like that never happens. So technically, you're right. Somebody did ruin your painting, and that was me just now. It's 1 times 1, not 2 times 2, or 2 by 2. Yeah, but you can see none of the other, unless they're all 1 by 1, right? I just did 2 by 2 because everybody else had 2 by 2, or there was 2 by 2 up there originally, right? Did you have it over the stair, or was it in front of that block? So yeah, maybe somebody did mess it up, right? Because yeah, it shouldn't be 2 by 2. It's fine. Oh, okay. Yeah. See, no, I'm good. I thought I updated them. All right. So was it your emote, or was it the symbol for the gravekeeper? You said it was your emote, right? Yeah, and unfortunately, I only have one of these, so I would have to scroll through these one by one. Okay, there's Corny. There's Shut Mountain. Is that what you had right there, sir? Yes, LOL. Okay, so hey, it was broken. Then I thought I broke it by trying to fix it, but then I fixed it. So I don't know. I think that works out. If I haven't accomplished anything on stream, at least I've done that. Thunder. All right. We're past time to end the stream anyway. So, and then we have this nighttime rain to take care of as well. Great. I guess I could have climbed down the ladder and gone out through the Castleton portal. But, oh well, here we are. So I guess we should wrap up the stream right about now. It's been a highly productive stream. But it's been a super fun one, though. And that's because of you guys in the chat. I got to see some viewers that I haven't seen in a while. That always makes me feel good. Lawrence. All right. There we go. And Shut, of course, is logging on just as I'm ending the stream. Okay. There we go. All right. So, oh, well, we've got the ad break as well. So. And we're back from that anyway. Okay. So let's see if there's anybody to whom we can raid out. Yeah, you know what? I'm not seeing anybody at the time. So you know what? Usually I'll raid out to Rift Tracks, but actually Rift Tracks doesn't enable raids, but Shout TV does. And so I'll just bring you guys over there. For those of you who don't know, Shout TV plays a lot of retro TV shows, and mostly TV shows, but sometimes movies too. And you can see all kinds of stuff on there. Kachi and I particularly like it because often they'll show some of the old Ultramans on there, and they'll show some Godzilla movies on there, and but they have American TV shows on there too. And as far as TV shows from other countries other than that, I'm not entirely certain, but it's really cool. Well, let's see what they're playing on there right now. It looks like it might be a Chuck Norris flick from like an old 70s show. Oh, is that the A team? It might be the A team. All right. Anyways, I'm going to bring you guys over to Shout TV, and it's family friendly over there for family friendly viewers. So, and we'll raid out over there. Okay. Let's set that up. If you'd like to join us, and I highly encourage you to even just drop in, just say hi, check out Shout TV. It's really cool. If you get a chance, go check out the tunnel to the mob farm. Oh, did you change that? Okay. Maybe we can just do that quickly. I'm in no rush to end the stream, so we could take a little extra time to go do that. I was strolling through Castleton one day in the very, very month of September. Look at all the heads. Ooh, cobwebbiness. Oh, ho, ho. So we've been through here before many a time because it's so darn cool. And we use the mob farm a lot. And so Lone Star has made this cool, groovy spiral pattern through here. And I guess he's added some decorations for the in anticipation. There's some chains up there of the Halloween event month here on Buffooncraft. Really, really cool. Chains and cobwebs. I'm sure there's going to be some more spookiness in here, right? So we'll have to view this and keep up to date on this. Visit here throughout October. And maybe we can check some other. That might be a good thumbnail too, right there. That might be a good one. I just made some adjustments. Gonna do some pumpkins too. Cool. Very, very cool. All right, with that, let us raid out. Let's set up the raid. There's the raid message you can cut and paste into the chat if you're going to join us. And again, like I said, at least drop in and say hi. Let's set up the raid itself. Let's make sure I get the cases right on this. And I do. But no space between Shout and TV. There we go. Okay, and the raid is counting down there. Okay, so just remember that we do this Buffooncraft stream every Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Our next stream will be Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That will be Kachi time. Kachi's got some cool stuff to show off. I'm not going to give it away right now, but you can be certain that it's going to be some Roblox stuff. Between that Saturday, the Buffoons are likely to have an event, I believe, we're going to have tomorrow. Now, while I won't be streaming it, the other Buffoons will be streaming it. It's very likely I'm going to record this one as well. Dostovochka, have a great day. Thanks again. So good to see you, me little droog. Thank you so much. And then the subsequent stream will be Wednesday from noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That will be Generations. Okay, and we're raiding out now. Have a nice day, everybody. Bye for now.